कृपा सिंधु वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद जय अद्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा। This year's Lord Chaitanya's appearance day is coming very near. Just after 2 days, it will be the rising moon of Lord Chaitanya. So far we have been hearing and reading and discussing from mainly Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, but we never got the opportunity to discuss from Sri Chaitanya Bhagavad. So Sri Chaitanya Bhagavad, Sri Vrindavan Das Thakur was the Adi Vyas of Gaur Lila. He has very in detail, he has described how Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared in Navadip. So let us, through his vision, through his meditation, and through his presentation, this time enter into the right consciousness of welcoming Lord Chaitanya on his Advent day. Chapter 2, this is Chaitanya Bhagavad, Sri Chaitanya Bhagavad, Adi Khanda, and Chapter 2. The Lord's appearance. This chapter describes the appearance of Lord's elder and eternal associates by the desire of the Lord, the godless atmosphere of Navadip. Okay. Sri Advaita Prabhu's worship of Krishna with water and tulsi leaves, the appearance of Sri Nityananda on the 13th day of waxing moon, the prayers offered by the demigods to the Lord in the womb, the appearance of Sri Gaurachandra on the full moon night of the month of Phagun amidst the congregational chanting of the holy names, and the joyful celebrations of the Lord's appearance. The science of Supreme Lord and his various incarnations is difficult to understand. What to speak of ordinary living entities? Even Lord Brahma cannot fathom this science without the mercy of the Lord. The statement of Lord Brahma in Srimad Bhagavatam is the evidence in this regard. Although the cause of the Supreme Lord's appearance is most confidential, the statement of Bhagavad Gita reveals that Lord Vishnu appears in every millennium in order to protect the pious people, deliver the miscreants, and reestablish the principles of religion. Pritranaya sadhuna vinashaya chatushrita dham samsthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. Therefore, the author has pointed out that the chanting of the holy names of Krishna is the religious principle for the age of Kali. Sri Gaurahari has appeared along with his abode Sri Navadip to propagate the Yuga Dharma. The author also explains that by the will of the Lord, great devotees and eternal associates such as Ananta, Shiva, and Brahma appeared prior to the Lord in various impious families and impious places where the Ganges does not flow and the holy names are not chanted. In this way, such families and places were purified. The author also describes how after the appearance of Sri Gaurahari, his associates joined him in Navadip to assist in his Sankirtan movement. At the time of the Lord's appearance, Sri Navadip was most prosperous. Millions of people took bath at each of the bathing ghats on the Ganges. By the benedictions of Saraswati and Lakshmi, the residents of Navadip were absorbed in scholastic pursuits and material enjoyment. But there was ample evidence of people's aversion to Lord Krishna. Although it was the beginning of Kali Yuga, people exhibited the behavior foretold for the future of the age. People considered their religious duty was to worship demigods such as Mangal Chandi, Vishahari, and Vasuli. These are all forms of Durga. They thought the purpose of having money was to spend it for enjoying the marriage of their sons and daughters or the marriage of idols. Since the so-called Brahmanas and scholars maintained the ass-like mentality of accepting only the gross meaning of the scriptures without understanding the actual purport, when they tried to teach their students, both teacher and students were bound by the ropes of Yamaraj and led to hell. Even the so-called austere renunciates did not chant the names of Hari. Everyone was maddened with pride on account of their high birth, opulence, knowledge, and beauty. At that time, Sri Advaita Acharya Prabhu, along with the pure devotees like Srivas, loudly chanted the names of Lord Hari. But people who were averse to the Lords continually harassed and teased the non-envious poor devotees. When the compassionate Sri Advaita Prabhu saw people's extreme aversion to Krishna's cause, great distress to the devotees. He began to worship Krishna with water and tulsi with a vow to bring about the advent of Krishna. Before the advent of Lord God, Sri Nityananda Prabhu, who is non-different from Lord Baldev, the elder brother of Krishna, appeared from the womb of Padmavati, the wife of Hadai Pandit, in the village of Ekachakra in the Radh Desh on the 13th day of the waxing moon in the month of Magh. Meanwhile, in Navadip, Sri Vishwarup Prabhu, who is non-different from Nityananda Prabhu, appeared as the son of Sachi and Jagannath. After that, many daughters had met early deaths. A few years after the advent of Sri Vishwarup, Sri Gaurari, the original personality of God, had appeared in the hearts of Sri Sachi and Jagannath, who were non-different from Devaki and Vasudev. Understanding this, the demigods offered prayers to the Lord Sri Gaura Krishna, the supreme absolute truth and the source of all incarnations, who was situated within the womb of Sachi. Sri Gaura Chandra, the inaugurator of the Sankirtan movement, appeared during an eclipse on the full moon night in the month of Phagun. As everyone engaged in the congregational chanting of the names of Hari, this chapter ends with the jubilant celebrations of Lord's Advent, accompanied by the chanting of auspicious hymns and the demigod's visit to the house of Sachi in the form of human beings. Jaya Jaya Mahaprabhu Gaura Sundara Jaya Jagannath Putra Mahamaheshwara Jaya Jaya Mahaprabhu Gaura Sundara Jaya Jagannath Putra Mahamaheshwara. All glories to Mahaprabhu Sri Gaura Sundara. All glories to son of Jagannath Mishra, the Lord of all Lords. Jaya Nityananda Gadadharera Jivana Jaya Jaya Advaita Adi Bhaktera Sharama. All glories to the life and soul of Nityananda and Gadadhar. All glories to the shelter of the devotees, held by Advaita Lord. Sri Gadadhar Pandit Goswami was the foremost among Mahaprabhu's intimate devotee. As he is the origin of the Shakti Tattva, he was present in the Lord's pastime as both Navdeep and Nilachal. He lived first in Navadip and later he moved as a Kshetra sannyasi in a sub-forest near the ocean of Nilachal. The pure devotees who worship the sweet feature of Sri Sri Radha Govinda take shelter of Gadadhar and thus become known as intimate devotees of Sri Gaura. Those who are not enthusiastic to worship the sweet feature of Lord perform devotional service under the shelter of Nityanand Prabhu. Some of Gaura's devotees like Sri Narhari were followers of Sri Gadadhar Pandit, who had taken shelter of Gadadhar under the consideration that Sri Gaur Sundar was his only worshipable Lord. Some people call Shriman Mahaprabhu the life and soul of Nityanand, and some people call him the life and soul of Gadadhar. Beautiful. Nityanand Gadadharera Jivan. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Nityananda Jivan also and Gadadharera Jivan also. Sri Gaurasundar was also the Lord of both Sri Advaita Prabhu and the incarnation of Mahavishnu, and Srivas Pandit, the incarnation of Narad. The Panchatattva has thus been described in this way. Sri Gaurasundar is the form of a devotee. Sri Nityananda is the expansion of the devotee. Sri Advaita is the incarnation of a devotee. Sri Gadadhar is the energy of the Lord, and Sri Srivas is the pure devotee. Sri Gaur enjoys pastimes in these five features. Bhakta Goshti Sahita Gauranga Jaya Jaya Sunile Chaitanya Katha Bhakti Labhe Hoya. All glories to Lord Gauranga along with his associates. Bhakta Goshti Sahita along with his associates. Sunile Chaitanya Katha Bhakti Labhe Hoya. Why we are hearing? By hearing the topics of Sri Chaitanya, one attains devotional service to the Lord. The word Bhakta Goshti refers to the worshipable Lord Gaura Sundara and his four principal devotees headed by Sri Nityanand, who are under his shelter. These devotees have no business other than the service of the Lord Gaura Sundara. Simply by hearing the pastimes of Sriman Mahaprabhu, this is a very important point. Simply by hearing the pastimes of Sriman Mahaprabhu, one's constitutional position is revived. Simply by hearing the pastimes of Mahaprabhu, one's constitutional position is revived. The activity of one is that constitutional position is the devotional service of Lord Krishna. Knowledge of Sri Chaitanya, his manifestation and his glories is nourishment for the living entities here. Very beautifully. Here Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur is saying simply by hearing the pastimes of Sriman Mahaprabhu's, one's constitutional position is revived. The activity of one is that constitutional position. How do we know that constitutional position is revived? Is the devotional service of the Lord. That one is engaged constantly in the devotional service of Lord Krishna. Knowledge of Sri Chaitanya, his manifestation and his glories is nourishment for the living entities here. When the living entity awakens to his constitutional activity, he fully engages in the service of Sri Gaur Krishna. In other words, he performs pure devotional service with knowledge and of his relationship with the Lord. Puna Bhakta Sangye Prabhu Pade Namaskar Spuruk Jivaya Gaura Chandra Avatar. Vrindavan Das Thakur is offering his obeisances again. He's saying, Puna Bhakta Sangye Prabhu Pade Namaskar. I again offer my obeisances at the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya and his associates. Let the topic of Sri Gaur Sundar become manifest on my tongue. With a desire to achieve his goal, the author again offers his respectful obeisances to the Lord and his associates and prays for the blessing that the transcendental pastimes of Lord Gaurasundar manifest on the star. Jaya Jaya Shri Karuna Sindhu Gaurachana Jaya Jaya Shri Seva Vingraha Nityananda. All glories to Sri Gaur Sundar, the ocean of mercy. All glories to Nityanand Prabhu, the personification of devotional service. This is all Mangala Charan. He is offering his obeisances. अविज्ञाता तत्व दुई भाई और भक्ता तथापि कृपाय तत्व करे न सुयुक्ता. Although the truth of these two brothers and their devotees are incomprehensible, they can be realized by the mercy of their daughters. Tathapi kripa tattva karena suyakta. Both Lords Gaura and Nitai, as well as the pure devotees, are beyond the reach of material senses and eternally full of knowledge and bliss. Therefore, proud mundane speculators who are simply interested in sense gratification cannot understand their real forms. They mercifully manifest their incomprehensible forms only to their fully surrendered servants who have taken shelter of them. Srila Kaviraj Goswami has prayed to Sri Gaur Nitai and Srila Krishna Kaviraj has prayed to Gaur Nitai and the Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi 1.2 as follows. I offer my respectful obeisances unto Sri Krishna Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda, who are like the sun and moon, and who have arisen simultaneously. Gaududao Pushpamanto Chitro Samdo Samanoya. They have arisen simultaneously on the horizon of Gauda to dissipate the darkness of ignorance and thus wonderfully bestow benediction upon us. Also in Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Leela 1.98 he writes, but these two brothers, Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda, dissipate the darkness of the inner core of the heart. And thus they help one meet the 2 points of Bhagwan. Persons or thing in relationship with the personality of God. The word Avignat Tattva indicates the truth of these two brothers is unknown to one with materialistic enjoying mentality. In other words, they are beyond the jurisdiction of material knowledge and sense perception. So we see how the position of Lord Chaitanya and Nityananda is being established first by Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur. That even the personalities like Brahma, Shiva and Indra, Chandra cannot fathom. ब्रह्मांडिरस पुरिता होए कृष्णेर कृपाया सर्वशास्त्र वेदे भागवते गाया. The knowledge of personalities like Lord Brahma is enhanced by the mercy of Lord Krishna. This is confirmed in all the scriptures, such as the Vedas and the Srimad Bhagavatam. Hare Krishna. I'm really tired. Can't continue. Okay, so you all please prepare, chant and pray to Lord Chaitanya so that the moon of Lord Chaitanya's mercy can rise in our heart and dissipate the dense darkness of sense enjoyment and ignorance which has been prevailing for many, many lifetimes. Very tired. Cannot continue. Again, tomorrow morning I have to go to the flower market. So you are all invited. Those who want, on the 14th, we'll be observing the God Purnima festival. It's a new year for us. Actually, this is the new year resolution. Those who are the followers of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, our new year begins from the advent of Lord Chaitanya. I don't know what you did for your 2025, but on this appearance day of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, some resolution we must have in the heart that what we will do in this year 2025 from Gaurabda and what we will give up. which has been impeding and hindering our devotional service and practice. Okay, so I'm closing here early with the hope that tomorrow we will resume from where we are. Hare Krishna. Quickly, anyone wants to say something? 14th is entire country is off. No one will be working. So that day, it will be fasting till moonrise. We are all observing fasting. So utilize that day in chanting, hearing, and sharing. Hare Krishna. श्री चैतन्य भागवत की जय, श्रील वृंदावन